It's your boy, and I'm back for my review of episode 3 of The Acolyte, Destiny. So, for me, I thought the episode was great. It's telling, I love how we get backstories because, first two episodes kind of left us like, okay, we got these twins. Something happened in Brindok and their planet that involves four Jedi's. What happened? And obviously, as we continue to get more of the episodes down the road, there's going to be a lot of things explained. But this episode opens up in Brindok. You see the young twins, May and Osha. Obviously, you can tell, Osha is, sweet, kind, curious. I believe she was holding something that kind of, some type of alien creature, but it looks like a butterfly, kind of holding it with the force, versus May was kind of like, seemed like torturing it. And Osha was telling her to stop. So you could see right there the two twins, the dark side and the light side, right? Or is there a side at this point? One is kind of using the force for more dominance, and the other one's using the force more of curiosity. Obviously, they go back when we see a Zabrak, which is the same race as Darth Maul, female version. So automatically, I'm thinking like Dathomir and what's it called, the Night Sisters, but they have like their own kind of covenant of witches. So yes, Osha and May came from a family of witches. Obviously, they use the Force, but I think they call it something like a thread. So I feel like that automatically, that point right there is going to create a lot of controversy with a lot of Star Wars fans. And I look at it as I'm very open minded, and I said, like, I grew up in the prequels, right? I show a lot of respect to the original trilogy. Um, I love the original trilogy. Return of the Jedi is my favorite one out of all three, right? But I grew up a prequels fan, but I always curious about what happened in the past. So we're used to the Force. Obviously, this covenant of witches and the planet Brindok uses, strings, like they're we're all connected by a string, like a thread. So yeah, those words might bother people because she clearly said some people call it the Force, which she's implying to me in that moment the Jedi, right? So obviously they're trying to um do some special ceremony, but you could tell that Osha doesn't want that. Osha doesn't want that life. She sees, what she's grown up in, and she's not feeling it. She wants something different. Which, if you look at the story of twins, right? Twins don't like to be the same. Us as parents, when we have twins, we dress them alike, we buy them the same things, and they want to be their own individual person, right? So that's what it seems like Osha was doing. Then you get the Jedi that comes in, and from that point of view, or the point of view that they want us to see, is that the Jedi's are coming in and basically kind of being bullies. Like, these witches are, they've been living in Brindok up in the mountain for many years. They're doing their own thing. And here comes the Jedi's, like the police, in a sense. Like, hey, you can't be teaching, if you have kids that, that have force power, they must train with us. Like, we must test them. It's forbidden for you to do things like training. So it's you know and from that point of view, it makes them seem like they're butting their nose in, and they're being a little bit too nosy, and should mind the business, which that's pretty cool, right? But a lot of people may have an issue with that. And again, like I said to other people this past week, it's like the acolyte may not be for you, and that is fine. The issue is that with the name calling, um, putting people's sexual preference and gender and all this stuff into comments is not necessary. I know there are a lot of people that disagree with me. They are on YouTube. They have a higher platform on YouTube than I do. And that's fine. You know, everybody has their own opinion. But at the end of the day, I think the episode was good. Like the episode was good. You get the four Jedi. So it's Soul. I think it's I don't want to mess up the name. I'm probably gonna mess it up, but Kalanaka, Turban, and uh I can forgot. I want to say Trinity, but it's not Trinity. Indara, I think is her name. Yeah, Indara. So those four show up, butting their nose in it, and you know it's cool to see younger versions of them. A back flashback. It's pretty dope. Um, and we get to see the connection between Osha and Saul, and how he kind of convinces her. If you look at it, he kind of like said everything that she wanted to hear. She really did not want to be a part of this family anymore. She wanted something different, and all he had to do was say certain words to her to convince her. She gets tested, which that was kind of bringing back to Anakin Skywalker days. Episode one, you know, it's a speeder, a cup. That was dope. And then you see little Osha like lying. Um, so that was, you know, cool. Karanaka, fixing the speeder. It's kind of like look at Chewie always fixing the Millennium Falcon, fixing something on the ship. That's a cool tie in there. So it's cool to see things that we can connect to from different things of Star Wars. So again, it's something new. The episode was dope. We obviously see that Osha wants to join, and the mother lets her leave. But May ain't having it. May is evil from this point of view. Because remember that we there's always two stories, right? Everybody got their own version. So it looks like we're looking at from the eyes of Osha, that the Jedi's came, they saved the day, but we see that May does not want her sister to leave. So it looks like she started the fire, basically trying to kill Osha, saying, "You're not leaving. I'm going to kill you." Obviously, Osha escapes. We see a scene where there's like a little bridge, and then Osha, or oh no, Osha, both Osha and May fall down, but Soul grabs Osha. So from that point of view, we think May is dead. Obviously, we know May is not dead because we watched episode one and two. Um, but that's how it brings her back in the ship, and they go ahead, and that pretty much tells the story and how Osha end up, you know, in Coruscant and being trained by Jedi's. But May, they show a scene at the end where May is still alive, right? So it's cool. That's how the show pretty much ended, explaining. But during that moment when they left, you see all the sisters of this covenant, which is the dead, and the mother's dead, but they weren't dead in the fire. The fire was still going on. So who killed them? If you remember in episode two, Torben was like, you know, I'm sorry for what we did, you know, but what did they do? So obviously there's gonna be two versions. My prediction is that the next episode, or maybe a future episode, we're gonna see the events of what we just saw today, but in the eyes of May, because May didn't even know that Osha was alive. Osha didn't know that May was alive. So it's a great story. I think it was good overall. I think everybody should just give the Acolyte, you know, a chance. So this is 8 episodes. We're already three in. Just got five more to go. You never know what's gonna happen. The story might end up being amazing, or you know what, the story might end up being trash. And if it is, and I'm on episode 8, and I didn't like the way the seasons ended, or at season one, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more seasons, right? I will let you guys know. I will give you guys my honest opinion. But right now, this episode was really good, right? I love backstories. I like seeing Torben was a Padawan. Kolanaka. Oh man, I should have wrote down the name. Kalanaka, I think his name Kalanaka. Um, his head was shaved. I don't know if you guys caught that. And it looked like it had some type of pattern in the back. So that was kind of unique, right? And then Indara was there, and then Torben was Indara's Padawan. So we learned that too. So I think overall, great episode. You should watch it. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it probably again tomorrow. But thank you for watching my review. Again, give this show a chance. It's not the end of the world. It's 5 minutes episode. 30 minutes of your life. It's Star Wars content. We're getting something, right? And there was years, if you guys can remember, before the Force Awakens, there was years that we didn't get Star Wars. Years. I call those the dark years. Those dark years, I was focusing on video games, Gears of War, Batman, and that's what I was doing. I wasn't focusing on Star Wars because we didn't have anything. We got something, right? So either we're gonna like it, we're gonna disagree to like it, right? But in a professional way, like a respectful way to others, or we're just gonna be okay with it, But at least it's content. So, like I said, if you like this review, hit that like button. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Again, I got a lot of Star Wars content coming out, from shorts to Lego lives to reactions to reviews and unboxings. And again, if you like this, then maybe, just maybe, you like this. Go ahead and click on it. Peace.